Pay attention to the thoughts that you're having about where you are, what you're doing, and who you are. Hi, welcome back to With Sherry Macmillan. I'm Sherry, and today's topic, I'm looking at my notes, living in gratitude. So I have just 5 tips for you to be able to live in gratitude starting today. There could be several different reasons why you feel like you struggle with living in gratitude. Again, that kind of go back to maybe you're living too far in the past, in a positive or a negative way. Maybe the past you or the past life that you had was so great and so beautiful, and maybe you're not really seeing those same things in your life today, or perhaps there were some more negative things that happened in your past that keep on showing up in your present. And then when it comes to the future, maybe you're living so far ahead of where you are right now that you truly feel like, oh my gosh, I just can't wait till I get there. I can't wait. I want this thing to happen. I can't wait for that thing to happen. I just got to keep pushing forward to this other thing. And while that is good when you are ambitious and you're really pursuing a goal for yourself, it's still very important for you to be able to live in your present and be very accepting of your present and being in control of what you can control when it comes to your present. So I say present because living in gratitude is living in the present. Living in gratitude, one of the first things is to validate why it feels so tough for you to be grateful, to live in this present moment. And I always like to do this with my clients, therapy or coaching clients, because that really reveals how you truly feel. Even if you are in a place where it's like, I don't know, I just feel like I can't be grateful because I haven't made it to this point yet, or I feel like I fumbled an opportunity, or I feel like, my so-and-so, friends or family or colleagues or whatever are doing this thing, and it's like my thing is not that good yet. I need you really to identify why you feel like you can't live in gratitude. And maybe it's because you really just do feel sad. You really feel sad about where you are, and so much to the point to where you are depressed. And you, at that point, definitely need to see a therapist, a licensed professional, to be able to help you work through that, because at times it's not always easy to be able to work through that on your own. And I definitely acknowledge it. And that's why I feel like that's such a great step, is really to not just skip and try to push it under the rug. Oh, I just need to live in gratitude. Let me just be thankful for everything that's going on. Yay. No, because that is something that's not going to last. You really need to know why. Why is the reason that you feel like it's so tough for you to live in gratitude, to live in the present moment? The second thing is to revisit your goals, your manifestations, your prayers, all of those things that you feel like you've asked for in the past. You need to revisit those things and see which ones you have accomplished. I remember seeing this post some time ago, and it was like, you're living in answered prayers. And I'm like, whoa, that is so true. When you're ambitious and you want and you desire a certain life for yourself, for your family, for your generation, for the generations to come, you tend to have this like, oh yeah, we got to keep going. Yes. One step in front of the other. And when you're doing that, you don't always slow down to really see the things that you're accomplishing, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, I did that, but guess what? I got one more thing. I got this next thing that I got to do. Oh yeah, I did that, but I got one more thing to do. And that's where revisiting those goals, those prayers, those manifestations really comes in handy, because you're like, what? I really wanted to start working out more, and I actually have been doing it. Like, I've been doing it, and now it's like second nature. Maybe it's I wanted a little more responsibility at work, and while it's not maybe in this formal manner, maybe I am helping my coworkers a little bit more. They're leaning on me a little bit more because of my expertise, and I'm actually pushing forward with it. It's really going back to those things where you're like, oh my gosh, I really am making improvements in this area. So really revisit those things and throw yourself a party, really live in that moment so that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for where I am right now. I'm so grateful for the things that I have accomplished for myself. And then that kind of goes into the third one, which is acknowledging those accomplishments. So when you revisit them, acknowledge where you have came from. Acknowledge the sweat, the blood, and the tears, and the grit, the rest that you took, the breaks, and the constant grind. Acknowledge that for yourself and celebrate, because again, that's gratitude. No one gets anywhere without putting in that work. Even if you have someone who seems as if like, oh, they've been doing this thing, oh my gosh, they're this type of person, that's who we see, that's who we know. They have put in the work at some point in time. Just know that you yourself have to put in the work too, and you likely already have. So acknowledge those things. Acknowledge the sacrifices. Acknowledge that. And give thanks to yourself for showing up, for having discipline, because at the end of the day, even if you have a goal for working out, right? Because so many people make that as their goal for getting their physical health up at the beginning of the year, maybe even eating healthier, making healthier choices. And by the second or third quarter, those goals are like, they're gone. But if you are that person that maybe fell off, you rested, you took a break, you kept going, you sacrificed, you pushed through, you cried through it, you showed up for yourself to keep your goals alive, then you need to acknowledge that, because only you showed up for that. Only you. I didn't, mama didn't, significant other didn't, the kids didn't. You showed up for that, and you showed up for your goals. You showed up for yourself. So acknowledge that. Fourth one would be use affirmations. I know like therapists talk about this all the time, and you hear that all over social media, and it's like, oh my god, when is the deal with affirmations? Nobody cares. It's honestly positive self-talk, and you would be surprised at your self-talk being probably more negative if you're not aware of it. Quick example, like I could talk about this for a long time, and I have before through some lives on Instagram, but when it comes to the way that you speak to yourself, a lot of the times it could be maybe things that other people have said to you, whether it was someone in your childhood or someone in your adult life who didn't believe in you, who were just trying to give you some tough love, or something where you actually didn't do your best, or you failed, or you tried and it really didn't work, and then you created this thought, this line, this sentence, this statement, this belief in your head that continues to play over and over and over again. And maybe you just don't have that confidence in yourself to be able to push forward in that way. I say all that to say that pay attention to the thoughts that you're having about where you are, what you're doing, and who you are. Pay attention to those thoughts, because I guarantee it's either negative or stagnant. And It is so important for you to plant seeds of positivity, of encouragement, of affirming language, reassuring language, validating language into your daily routine. Like, oh, I got this. I might have messed up, but I'm going to bounce back. I'm only taking this break to recharge. I'm coming back. I know that I can do my best. I am doing my best. This is for the best for me. I know great things are coming. I know I am in gratitude right now. I have a life to be grateful for right now. Really, truly living in those moments, really, truly shaping the way that you're speaking to yourself, even if it's not out loud, the thoughts that you got going through your head, that is so important for it to be positive again, and affirming and reassuring and validating. Because when you're doing that, you're opening yourself up for more of things of that nature. You're opening yourself up for more. And I guarantee you, you will see the change. And that in itself is living in gratitude. It's being grateful. It's being in the present moment. The last thing I want to say is to slow down and feel the moments. For example, feel the moment when your significant other embraces you in the morning, midday, or in the evening or night when they come home or whenever you see them. Embrace the moment when your kid is running past you so fast you feel the wind whipping across your face, across your skin. Feel that moment. Feel that moment when you're sitting or standing in the line at Kroger or Walmart or Target. Feel those moments of just, there's so many things going on in the world right now. But here I am. I'm able to experience this moment. I'm able to live in this moment. I'm able to be blessed enough to pay for the tab that runs up at Target. I'm able to be blessed enough to have this significant other who embraces me the way that I embrace them. Blessed enough to have this moment where I have kids that are running wild and they're free and they don't have a care in the world, even though we're like, slow down, don't do that, no, please, please, please. Being in the moment of feeling the gratitude of those moments. And it's not about comparing it to shoulda, coulda, woulda, or maybe you don't have. It's only about you and living in that moment of, this is the life that I get to live. And I'm so grateful for all the things that are going right. And I'm so grateful for the lessons that I'm learning and the things that are not going so right. I'm so grateful for those things. I hope you've gotten something from this video. I just wanted to share those 5 tips about living in gratitude, living in the present moment. I hope that was good for you. Please share, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you the next time.